Now, next question is, which one of the following country occupy the first place in the global competitive report of World Economic Forum? So it's Singapore in 2000. It will be changed now. So we will discuss again in current affairs. Next one is YCIGXM. So it's X minus M, C plus I plus G. C is the consumption, I is the investment, G is the government expenditure, and X minus M export minus income, and it's a national income. Next is devaluation of a currency may promote export. Price of a country product in the international market may fall due to devaluation. Yes, both are correct. Explanation. Fiscal deficit is greater than budgetary deficit. Yes, fiscal deficit is borrowing from the Reserve Bank of India plus other liability of government to meet the expenditure. Both are right, but both are not explanatory. Okay. So budget deficit is total expenditure minus total deficit. Budget deficit, revenue deficit plus capital deficits, and fiscal deficit greater than the budget deficit. So the fiscal deficit is the budget deficit plus government borrowings and the other liabilities. Next is, which one of the following is objective national renewable fund? To safeguard the interest of workers who may be affected by the technological upgradation of industry or closure of the sick units. So national renewable fund is the one of the major announced in the new industrial policy. It aims safeguarding the interest of workers who may be affected by technological upgradation, and it provides provided assisted to cover the cost of retaining and redevelopment of employee assigning as a result of modernization of technology. It also provided funds employment generation scheme in the organized and unorganized sector. Next is WTO. It's a multilateral trade negotiation. IBRD is a facilitation lending and borrowing, and A is 2, WTO, B is 3, BIDA is 3, sanction of soft loan. IDA gives the soft loan, and C is the one. IMF provided the address short-term balance payment problem. Since the share of the tertiary sector in the total GDP of India has shown an increasing trend. So the tertiary sector in the total GDP India has shown an increasing trend. Okay, tertiary sector is increasing trend. Now next one is, the rate of the growth of India's export has shown an appreciate increase after 91. Government of India has resorted of devaluation. Both are correct. UN Development Program is the UN Development Program, and NCAFER. World Bank is Human Development Reports. Indira Gandhi Institute of Development of Research. It's in the Indian Development Reports. NCADER is Indian Human Development Report. Now, instilled into the vast million of workers, men and women who actually do the job, is sense partnership and cooperative performances community development program. It's community development program for women actually to do jobs and sense of partnership and cooperation. And next one is, Sensex is it's a overall rise in price of share of growth and company registered with Bombay Stock Exchange. Sensex means an overall rise in price of a share of group of company registered with the Bombay Stock Exchange. The new GDP series released by the CSO in February is with reference to the base price is 93 and 94. So CSO February is the reference to the base price 93 and 94. Now boom is the business activity are at high level with increasing the income, and recession is the gradual fall of income output and employment with become activity in lower gear. C is a depression. So C is the 3, unprecedented level of underemployment and unemployment, drastic fall in income output and employment. Recovery is the steady rise in the general level of price, income and output and employment. The per capita income in India was ascertained for the first time by Dadabhai Naoroji. Next is, consider the following statement. The respect of current account of balance of payment in respect of capital account and into the gold. So the Indian rupee is fully convertible in respect of current account of balance of payment, Tarapur Committee, not in the capital account, and gold. Resurgent India, it's a dues check mark dollar. So dues check mark is a State Bank of India had issued a Resurgent India bond. So next, WTO had unsuccessful because labor related issue, environment related issue, terrorism no, debt related issue it's also no. So terrorism is not related to WTO and debt is also not, but environment and labor is there. The growth rate of per capita, even we can see the 1, 2 and 4, but there is no answer. The growth rate of per capita income at current price higher than that of the per capita income at the constant price, because the latter taken into the account the rate of its increase in the price level. So the nominal GDP is a macroeconomic assessment that includes the current price in measures. Nominal GDP includes the inflation and is therefore normally higher than real GDP and constant. All goods and services produced by economy in a given year expressed in base year price the current year. Gilt age is the market of government security. The gilt age security are government security traded to stock exchange, because it is interest will be paid and they will be redeemed on due dates. Next is the स्वर्ण जयंती शहरी रोजगार योजना is a prime minister रोजगार योजना. Nehru Rozgar urban basic service for poor and prime minister integrated urban poverty eradication program. So however the scheme has been throughout the revised and self-employment program, urban women self-employment program, skill training employment, urban bench employment and urban community development. Economic liberalization is a substantial change in the industrial license policy. India Human Development Report does not include health, education, infrastructure and employment related index. So infrastructure is there, education, health is there, but the unemployment is not there. Okay. Next is consider the following launched by the Union Government: Antyodaya, Gram Sadak and Sarva Priya. So 1 and 2 is there, and Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana is not there, and Sarva Priya is also not there. Sarva Priya is Union Government not. Capital, consider the following factor regarding industry. So capital investment, labor force and business turnover and power consumption. So factor to the industry, capital, labor and power. Business turnover is not. Okay. Now the most appropriate measure of country economic growth is its per capita real income. It's real income, not per capita income. It's per capita real income. So true indicator economic growth is the per capita real income for the country's total national income. So next is fiscal deficit is the excess total expenditure or the total receipt of borrowing. Budget deficit, excess of total expenditure or total receipt. Revenue deficit, excess revenue expenditure, revenue receipt. Primary deficit is the total expenditure or total receipts. Next is Atlas cycle of company is Sonipat. Bharat Earth Movers is India Farmer Fertilizer Corporation is Kallol. National Aluminium Company is Bhubaneswar. Next is the first Indian state to have its Human Development Report prepared and released by Amritya Kumar in Delhi's Madhya Pradesh. Next one is India's software export increase an average growth rate 15%, and India's software company are cost effective and maintain international code. So it's okay. The term national income represents gross national product at market price minus depreciation and indirect tax plus subsidies. Gross national income at market price minus depreciation in indirect tax plus subsidies. Depreciation and indirect tax plus subsidies. Okay. Next is the theme of World Development Reports. It's attacking the poverty. So reports focus on dimension of poverty and creates a better world. Which one of the following committee examined the suggested financial sector reforms? This is the Narsingham Committee. So the committee which is related to financial sector reforms is Narsingham Committee. Narsingham Committee is the look all aspect of Indian financial system. Second Narsingham Committee was formed regress of the implementation of banking reforms and further strengthen the financial institution. The earlier name of the WTO was it's a GATT. The largest share of foreign direct investment is engineering sector. Okay, it's engineering sector and then electronic sector will be there. Now consider the following tax: corporation tax, custom duty, wealth tax and excise duty. There is custom and wealth are the indirect tax, custom and wealth, and corporation and excise. Even custom and excise is the indirect and corporation and wealth is direct tax. Consider the following: International Bank of Construction, Finance, Fund of Agriculture, no, and no. So 1 and 2 will be the part of the World Bank, but here is asking the UN. So all are the part of the UN. Okay, IMF, World Bank, result of Bretton Woods, and International Finance Corporation, subsidiary institute World Bank. Okay. Now next one is the new series of wholesale price index related by the government of India is with reference to base year 93 and 94. So new series of wholesale price index released by the government of India was 93 and 94. Next is consider the following statement regarding the Reserve Bank of India. It is a banker of central government. Its formulate administration monetary policy. Okay, so currency issuing, banker, agent, financial advisor, state banker to the bank, custodian of foreign exchange, controller of credit, monetary authority of India, regulation of the financial system. Consider the following: market borrowing and treasury bills and special security issue to the RBI. So it's say which of the components is the internal debt. So market borrowing, treasury bill and special security issue to the RBI. All three are the internal debt. Market borrowing, treasury bill and special security issued by the RBI. Next is consider the following statements. Is 3 is the Maharashtra, 1 is the Gujarat, 2 is the Karnataka and 4 is the Tamil Nadu. National Agriculture Insurance Scheme replacing Comprehensive Crop Insurance Scheme included in the year of 1999. The price at which the government purchased for the gain for maintaining the public distribution system and for building a buffer stock is it's a procurement price. So procurement price is the purchase food grain for the public or distribution system and for building the buffer stock. Minimum support price are the supported by the government of India at the beginning of the season of certain crops basis of the accommodation of Commission of Agriculture cost and price, and MSP is the procurement price and price which food grains are issued by FCI. Ceiling on the foreign exchange for a based of current account transaction head was between 2000. There was a fall in foreign currency also. So both are right. Next is among the following major stock exchange, India Exchange which records highest turnover during its Bombay Stock Exchange. With reference to the public sector undertakings, so it's the Mineral Metal Trading Corporation of India Limited, largest non-oil importer, Project and Equipment Corporation of India Limited, Ministry of Industry, and one of the objective Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of India is to enforce quality control and pre-shipment. It's not right.